This is the homework helper video for Greek and Latin roots lesson number 1. Feel free to pause, fast forward, and rewind as much as you need to. First thing I would recommend is opening up the PowerPoint notes. If you click View at the bottom, it will open them in their own separate tab so you can refer back to them as often as you need to. Then let's look at worksheet number 1. Keep in mind you do get 3 attempts at the worksheet, and it is formative. Now the first 6 questions are very simple. It asks you what the meaning of the root is and gives you options. So the root fawn or phone, I can easily check my notes. Fawn or phone means sound. So I select sound and move on. Each time I look at the root, I find it in my notes, and then I can easily find the answers. I'm going to jump to number 6 in worksheet number 1. I take that back. Number 7. I'm going to jump to question number 7 in worksheet number 1. This question is much more complex and takes a little bit more time to fill out. In number 7, it says to locate the 3 words in the sentence below containing lesson 1 roots. When I find those 3 words, I'm going to list them in the 3 blanks. I'm going to state what the roots are and what the meaning of the roots are. And I have to put them in order, as in the order that they are in the sentence. So, the dentist slowly extracted the man's tooth in the auditorium near the microphone. The first word that I am noticing in this sentence is the word extracted, because it has the root tract in it. And that was in today's lesson. So in the first blank, I'm going to put the word. And I have to spell it correctly, otherwise it will mark it as wrong. In the second blank, I'm going to put what the root was, which was tract. That was the original Greek and Latin root. The third blank is where I put the meaning. To get the meaning, I need to go back into my notes, and I need to use the meaning that is in the PowerPoint. So in this case, it is draw, comma, drag, comma, pull. So when I type it in, it will be draw, comma, drag, comma, pull. If I type in anything else, it will mark it as wrong. As I continue through the sentence, I see the word auditorium, and odd was one of my roots. So, auditorium is the word, odd was the root, and according to my notes, the meaning of odd is here. So I type that in that last blank. Continuing through the sentence a little farther, I see microphone. Well, phone was one of my roots, so that must be my final word. Microphone goes in the word blank. Phone, and I do include the E because the E was in the word. Phone is my root, And the meaning of phone is sound. So that goes in my last blank. So these would be the 9 answers to number 7 in worksheet number 1. I would repeat this process through the rest of this worksheet. Next, we're going to look at worksheet number 2. In worksheet number 2, it says to use the clues in the definition, fill in the blank with the correct root to finish the word. So we're going to be writing roots in the blanks, and when we add it to these letters, it's going to create a word. And what's in bold is the definition of that word. So here we have method of teaching reading using the sounds of letters. Now I see the word sound, and I remember in my notes that sound refers to fawn or phone. So I remember that the method of teaching reading using sounds is phonics. So if I type in fawn, now I've created the word phonics. And that's the answer to number 1. I repeat this process through the rest of the sentence, simply finding the correct root to put in the blank so that I can create a new word, and what's in bold is going to be the definition of that word. Finally, let's take a look at worksheet number 3. According to the directions, I need to identify the root and its meaning in this word right here. So we have the word contracting. When I think about the 6 roots that I just learned about, I know that tract is one of those 6 roots. So then I can go into my notes and I can find tract. And here is the meaning of tract. So when it wants the meaning, I can go draw, comma, drag, comma, pull. And I got that meaning exactly from the PowerPoint, and I made sure I spelled it correctly to get credit. And I will repeat that process throughout the worksheet. Once I am done with that, I will have all 3 worksheets done in lesson number 1. I can redo the worksheets 2 more times if I'm not happy with my scores, and I know that the entire lesson has to be done by April 5th, the Monday before I return from spring break. And if I have any questions, I can still contact Ms. Borkerding with a Schoology message or an email.